Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Get that music up in the background. And, we were working hard since, I've been up. What happened was I fell asleep last night at I don't know, because I'm on painkillers at 9 or 10 at night. And then I woke up at 3 in the morning, right? And I saw basically what I was showing my trading group, right, was this idea here. So let me show you. So how I trade is I use the 21-day moving average with the 200, right? And it's so funny, man. People are so strange. But I just like I post stuff on Twitter today, and it's just so funny, man, what I see out here. Never stop being positive, right? But I woke up and I talked about how at 4 in the morning I gave the call and I was able to see it. And this guy's like, I stream and teach for free. Why don't you, right? And it's I stream free every day for 4 years and still do it without a day off. I've outpaced you in the free teaching. You have not even come close. People that haven't even taught as many people for free as me run their mouth about me, man. It's just crazy. Anyway, it's so funny, man. I've been doing this for so long that people that don't even know how long I've been doing it run their mouth, but they don't even know. But God bless. Let's talk about the people that do love me and focus on the love and the energy and the positivity. But, I just want to talk about the fact that this looks like we're going to go to the moon. And last night I put out a call to the group and I could see that the 1 hour. So once we broke out, there was a nice pump. So yesterday we pumped, number one, 4 in the morning. I give you the call Friday, 4 in the morning, right? And that entry was at 66,700. You're still in the money now. I just want to make that clear, right? I also gave the call the 4-hour bottom, right? I called the 4-hour bottom. And I have a picture of me calling the 4-hour bottom somewhere here, right? Right there. That's when I said I'm going long, right? With the stop below there. That's still in the money. Just to make that clear. That call's still in the money, right? That's still the bottom. That was 64,000 something. I'm just going over the facts here just so we can all, because I go live every day, but people seem to forget what goes on. And then so last night I got in and I was up $3,000. Beautifully, 400 another. I kept this trade open. I closed this one smartly, right? I think that's a smart idea on a weekend. Take some money off the table. So I still got this little itty bitty trade open, but it's doing okay. And I'm looking for this to be an Adam and Eve to break up to the 200 moving average there on the 4-hour time frame. Let's do our top 10 analysis like we do every single day, just to keep our mind on track and to keep ourselves doing what we do no matter what. And just because I'm hurt, just because I'm on the meds and I'm on the mend, if everyone knows I had surgery on my Achilles tendon, and so they went in there and they stitched it together with sutures. I got stitches in my leg. I'm in a splint, and I'm in some pain. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm in some pain. But yeah. So it's all good. It is what it is. It's good to be in pain, right? It teaches you how great it is when you're not in pain. When I'm finally not in pain, I'm going to be so oh man, it's just going to be amazing. So if you had entered along at your 64 entry, what do you think we can enter the long on now? That's a good question. And that's what we're going to try to answer right now. Okay. I'm going to teach you some sauce. So look, previous support is resistance. We want to get this monthly to close back above that 72.5. If not, it could come right down and hit 60,000. If we close below any of these areas, 47,000 is still on the table, folks. And then even possibly coming down to 31. It's, you know what I mean? We have had entries back to the 786 fib retracement, which would give us $38,000 Bitcoin. So I'm not out it's not out the water yet that we could still see more downside for BTC. We've never seen this many months of dump without a green month in between. So you would think we would get one and get the bounce back to the upside. This would be a falling wedge that breaks back up. I've seen this before with altcoins. They make a half a cup of handle here and they continue to the upside. Again, if you take it from this wick to the impulse, which makes sense to me, you did hit the 886. You're definitely and so for me, with the way we're looking and with the fear and greed at 5, 6, it was at 5. This is a half the buy zone for Bitcoin for me, but I've been piling. We've been at 60K already, 61, 62. We've been lower, right? So we've been lower for the last few weeks. I've been buying Bitcoin in front of you guys every day I can. It's now higher than when I bought recently. So yeah, I missed surgery. Dear God, you're still here. We need you. Happy Valentine's. I think it's finally for new alpaca toys for your wonderful children soon. Hey, thank you, man. That'd be super cool. Email us. We'll send you the new Addy. I think you might have it, though. Yeah. God bless you, bro. My kids love that stuff. Is red monthly candles? Well, yeah, exactly. Anyway, so buying the fear has been awesome for me. Every time I've seen the fear in this area, I buy more Bitcoin. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's panned out. It has panned out. So, yeah. I wanted to see if I could do something funny with the camera. That is the camera, right? Yeah. What if I went to flip? You could flip it, right? Transform. Flip horizontal. See, it would be better if it came off from the side and the mic was there. You know what I mean? Too weird, though, right? It just doesn't... That's not really me. Oh, but that's really how I see it because it's flipped the other way. So interesting. But then it would be like, you know, is that nobody can tell the difference there, right? Do you guys notice? Does that bug anybody out now? But the mic's not in the same place. You know what I mean? That's bugging me out because it's not real, but you know what I mean? It's like fake life. Funny, it didn't flip it over here, so now you're seeing the real me. I got my John Bravo on today. You know what I mean? I feel like that dude, Johnny Bravo. Can you believe this, Sharmuta? So, anyway, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, holding the bull, run on its back. So this looks interesting. This could continue. Previous resistance, you get the bounce, at least send you back up here. And I was just, you know, even when I was looking for more bearishness, I was saying, where did that right shoulder go? You know what I mean? But anyway, it doesn't matter, right? We're here now, so it's kind of pointless. So I just want you to show you, this is really, really healthy price action if we got the bounce here. And it's not, we've seen this type of stuff many, many times in the past, so it would make sense. Go to the 2-week chart, my go-to. Previous resistance is support. We're kind of right on the level there. I'd like to see us close above that. The issue that I see is we could basically spend, just like we did here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like we could spend like another 14 weeks, right? 7 2-week candles, 6 2-week candles. Make a bear flag. You know, again, it's the same thing that I teach you, though. We got to come back to that 21, and then we could be dumping down to $48,000 Bitcoin. So a $48,000 Bitcoin is still there. Like, it's still possible. It's not like we can't do that. So, yeah, I just want to make that clear for everybody. I always look at the worst things, right? I look at the worst things. Announcer voice and our cleanup hitter on the third base, Servando Estrada. I know you guys are awesome. Shout out to Shemupta. Shezmupta, man. God bless you. I'm so confused right now. Yeah. Sammy teaches patience. Watch the master at work. Thank you for saying that. Hey, man. People older, you know, with more wisdom than me seem to understand. The little Pippin coin is small. I know that thing doesn't stop. Pippin is just ripping. It's crazy. So that's interesting. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. The weekly bounced off the 200 moving average, which is like a very low point. Like that's like the lowest you could get price. Here it was dang close to the low. So even if we're not at the bottom, like I feel like that's your bottom. Like you go a little bit lower than the 200 moving average. Like I just feel like, I mean, and so if Bitcoin is within a 30% discount, meaning if Bitcoin goes to 38,000, you're only down 30%. And in crypto, I've been down hundreds of percent before. I've gotten into something that was $7,000, turned to 700, and still sold it for 10,000. I did it to Litecoin. I've done it many times. I've gone up and down. And so I can take a drawdown of 30%. So to me, it's like a steal. So when Bitcoin's only down 30%, because of inflation is so fast behind it, I consider it really not even down. You see what I mean? If that makes any sense to anybody, because of its deflationary behavior. So in my mind, I'm like, this is a guarantee buy right now. But again, people do whatever you want. But there's a guarantee buy for Bitcoin right now. It's a must buy. And so you want to see this bounce here on the 5-day, on the 3-day. The 3-day was looking okay. It's the first one that had a tweezer bottom. And like I said, you could get in here with a stop loss below these wicks and see if you can rip it right back to the 200 moving average. It's even inside of a zone here that it could say, hey, that's the bottom of the zone. It's looking for the top of the zone, even if it's bearish. And then it heads to the daily. And so the daily made that secondary higher low. And that's kind of what drew me into the long last night. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of start breaking it down for you. So this looks, an entry there with a stop below there is still paying off. That's what we did. Remember, I went at the daily yet again. I just used the 4-hour Adam and Eve here, double bottom. Understand? And we're going to get to that in a second when I zoom into the 4-hour. But here's the 4-hour. This is an Adam and Eve double bottom. It's a known pattern in trading all around the world. You could type it in, you can Google it. And it's a known pattern in trading all around the world. And people use it all the time. All right? Just waiting on Pippin. You're funny. Trump will say crypto soaring soon. And trillions of dollars are waiting to get into crypto right now on the sidelines. There is so much money on the sidelines right now. And it's got to have a home. So I see this as an Adam and Eve double bottom. They break up basically the base to here from the neckline. That would go, there's a gap in the VRVP right to liquidity, 78,500. And then you got the 200 there, about to 80K. This looks like we could rip up to somewhere into 80, 84,000. So I'm long for this move. I could be wrong. It's treachery on the weekend. We did pump on the weekend, which doesn't make a gap for Monday. I get it. That's what makes it sketchy on the weekend pumps. It's never perfect. Then we take a look at the 1 hour, and my thing was this. We pumped beautifully. I called the pump. We got the pump. We got above the 200. Then I told my students last night, I said, we're not going to pump until we get to the 21-day moving average. This is why I love about my trading group is I can teach you, like what I say happens over and over again. Over and over again, and I never take a day off. So no one can talk ish on us. They can talk ish on other trading groups. They can run their mouth. They can do their, you know what I mean? They can say, oh, he said this and he did that. But they can't do that here. Because we show up more than the haters, So look, I told you, we're going to come to the 21. We're going to go sideways. That's going to be your next entry for the long. Okay? Why? Because this is how we trade the 1 minute every day. This is how I figured out. I've back tested all this. This is exactly how it works. Okay? That's how it goes. Yeah. What happened to Shazmupta? Did you turn into a... You're still with us, right, man? Short to zero. What happened to you, man? I thought you were like one of my favorite people. You were like, I love you. You were super awesome. Is everything cool? I never know what happens to people, man. They love me. I think he's cool. He was one of... Yeah, remember Shazmupta? You were super awesome every day on the stream. One of the best, one of the nicest people, actually, in a while. Now I see you typing caps, stinky feet, short to zero. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if you're messing with me because I just got out of. Yeah, maybe he got hacked, bro. I don't know. You happened to me. That's so weird. Strange. Hope you're doing well. God bless you, man. Thank you. Yeah. What happened, Shazmupta, bro? You all right, dude? Everything okay? Dang. Anyway, so we're looking for this to come to the 21 and to get to move to the upside. Okay? And so this got to the 21. We got the pump to the upside. Beautiful place to sell at the previous resistance here. You can see a lot of chunk. There's a high volume node right there too. So it says, hey, and we get rejected. It gets a nice bounce though. And you're saying, is there more to come today? What's going to happen? Now this looks, there was a bear div, a little bit of lack of volume, but we stayed above the 200 moving average. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Okay? Yeah. Big money of the game now. They manipulate more than the retail. Yeah. So then we take a look at this. Take a look at this here. So we got the pump, hit the rejection, boom, right? I took the bigger money trade off the table, let this one sit. And that's kind of where we sit on the weekend. And now I'm wondering, do I really want to trade the weekend? Do I want to get into the weekend? And usually no. The answer is no. So let's take a look at what we're seeing here. And what now as I look at the small time frame. So the daily looks okay. Getting above this 200 moving average, this is a big deal too on the 1 hour time frame. This previous resistance becoming support at about 68.5. 68.5 also, the 8.5s. That's going to be a level you want to pay attention to. Okay. Yeah, never stress, man. Are you okay? Everything? Yeah, why? What's wrong?
I just want to make sure you're not on your life.
Why do you creep in like this? Why do you do this? Why do you do this, though? Why do you treat me like a small child? Why do you treat me like a 4-year-old child? Inside of a plate, like inside of a sandbox. You think I'm in a sandbox? You think I'm in a sandbox playing with toys? What do you think this is over here, huh? Who do you think you're talking to over here? I'm Sammy the Bull from Queens. I lived in Queens for 20 years. I grew up in the heart of Boston, freezing cold. They tried to get my dad. Whitey Bulger tried to take my dad out. They never got him. Bang, bang, bang. Man. Exactly. Yeah. I'm working over here. Funny. So here's the look. Let's take a look. So I got this trend line cooking now. We're touching the 21, which is cool. So let's see if this could turn into our next little mover. Actually, this will have a big measured move. Like, it really will rip. You see this? And you could have like, I would have like two ideas here. One where we go to like 72.8 and bounce. One where we go higher, possibly to 75. So it's something like this. Bang. But when you hit control, you want to make another number. I make these myself. These are all designed by me. That's why my numbers look cooler, because I want people to see them. Otherwise, they're small on the right side, right? So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Shizmupta, let me know. Like, if you want to stay around, let me know. Just write, I love you, 333, or say no. If you say no, then we know the answer, and then we can help you. But just let me know, man. I want to know what's going on. It's so weird to me. Yeah. People were so nice to me, and then they're like, whoa. Right. No role-playing on Valentine's Day while streaming, sir. You guys are funny. Sad, no. Valentine's Day is a tough day for me. I really can't even. I think I've said it on the stream before. I'm not going to say it again, but what happened to me on Valentine's Day when I was, I'd say, 24? Pretty horrendous, tough day for me. So it's always been, it will always be a tough day for me, man, Valentine's Day. But hey, happy Valentine's to all the beautiful people out there. I couldn't go get my wife some flowers. Instead, I did a live stream for you guys, all right? So she's pissed. No, I'm just joking. So look, we're seeing if this could bounce. Doesn't look amazing. There's some bear div there, but it got sent off on this. They sold it off on the weekend because people are weary. They want to take their profits quickly when they're in trades. That's what happens. And we got tight. So go ahead and ice the guy. You're funny. Sammy the Bull, could you do an office setup video one day? Want to see the best man on YouTube works. I mean, we got all sorts of stuff here in the office. Yeah. I can't really do an office setup because I have artillery all over the wall, and I don't think you're able to show that stuff, right? On a live stream. So I guess I could do a video of it like privately in the Discord, though. But the wall's covered in artillery, yeah. Mom, Papa died on Valentine's Day 14 years ago. My mom still has a hard time. I'm so sorry to hear that. And my mom died on Thanksgiving. I can kind of feel that. I can understand, you know. So we're looking for this bounce here. Otherwise, this is kind of a head and shoulder. The smaller time frames may take a look. So previous resistance, I'd like it to become support. I'd like to see this 21 hold above the 200 and get tight. 4 hour still looks interesting, right? The 4 hour looks okay. It tweezer top, though, already there. Looks like the 4 hour may have to also come back down to the 21-day moving average. It's pretty far for the 21. You got a big pump away for the 21. You got to take profits when you get that far for the 21-day moving average. And we take a look here. Looks interesting. Look at the 1 hour. Look at the 15. Yeah, see, that's a head and shoulder pattern now, right? You see it? I mean, it looks like a head and shoulder. It did get rejected slightly. But that looks like it's going to eventually dump. You know, I would actually put more faith on the 4 hour time frame and that the 4 hour is going to come back to the 21-day moving average. That's the key. Yeah. What a weirdo. Molly, like, yes. Okay, man, so Baby P Scooter. All right. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to have to time you out. So weird, man. But you were a nice guy, but that's what happens, man. People turn strange. Yeah, you got to. It won't be the first time, man. So let's take a look here. all I can do is show up every single day and do what I do. Not everyone's gonna love you. Not everyone's gonna hate you. Not everyone's gonna love or hate you. Some people are just gonna see you for what you are. Whatever happens, you can't change other people, bro. All you could do is be you. That's what I've learned, man. That's what my mama taught me. So honestly, it could go either way. It's a Saturday. It's a bit shady. I would be waiting for this. I wouldn't trade unless I saw consolidation, right? And that could take a few hours. So let's hold shift here and see what happens. Let's hold shift and see what happens. Cross. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that could be tonight. So it's looking like tonight, like 11 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to see. I really want to see this resistance hold. I mean, they could get in right here, technically, with a stop loss below the level, right? So, get a nice card for the wifer. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. Wow, $20 card? Man, I could get her some flowers with that. I could order her some flowers at flower.com, right? So, yeah, we're looking for this. I don't know. It doesn't. I'd be careful on the weekend here. Like, it could end up becoming in a descending triangle, right? You see that? Doesn't look amazing. And, I'm kind of in euphoria because we made the call early in the morning. We got the pump, and it's kind of it all happened during, like, in the middle of the night. And I was able to nail it, which usually doesn't happen, right? I'm not up at those times. So my injury actually gave me the opportunity to hit it, which is actually pretty amazing. So I'm ecstatic. When a trade goes up $3,000 on a weekend, pretty awesome. So, hey man, you don't go to church and cuss out the pastor in front of the congregation. Speak more about him than you. Yeah, amen. Yeah, I don't know what happened though. He used to be super nice. He was like, Sammy, I love you. God bless you. He's super nice. I don't know what happens, man. But you know what? Some people get treated bad. Like they grew up and they were damaged. And one word, one image, one thing, and they get thrown off. And next thing you know, like if you want to be offended, you're going to get offended. That's what I've learned about life. If you want to be in a good mood, you're going to find a way to be in a good mood. You see what I'm saying? But if you want to be offended, you will find a way to be offended. It'll happen. So listen, everybody, if there's a long tonight, I feel like it's going to happen something like this, and we're going to be able to take advantage. And then we'll keep going. But there's a chance they play games here. And I'd be looking, maybe even the next long I'd be looking for is the 15-minute 200 moving average. So it doesn't look amazing, honestly. It's one of those like iffy, sketchy Saturday afternoons where I really can't call it. See, last night I could call it. Why was it so easy to call? Because my system was set up for me. Let me go back in time and show you. So this is what I do. I stalk things that I know are going to happen with high probability, right? So last night I looked at this and I said, dang, we pumped all day. We were too far for the 21. I said, well, if we're really bullish, we'll go sideways and we'll find a way to hold the flag. And we'll pull the 21 above the 200. How do I know this? I backtested it on thousands of assets. Like, I didn't just do it once. I did it over and over again. I was like, man, that should... So I said the 21 should come and hit. And this is what I teach my students. I don't think they understand it. Not everybody. And I'm like, so when the 21 hits, boom. And so and it could get really close, but you're just looking for this. And that's going to take 8 hours, right? There's patience there. So boom, it did it. And then the second one, we got really close to the 21, right when we crossed, too. When the 21 crossed the 200 moving average, which is what I teach. That's when we got the move. And we got a beautiful pump, and it was fast and furious. I mean, 4 hours, we made a pretty big move there. Up to 70,005, and then the rejection, and then here we are. So I'm looking for the same thing now. Right now, like right then, that wasn't the time to get in. We had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. That's 13 hours. Look at the patience that takes. So my strategy is sometimes you don't just jump in when you want. I look at it, I map it out, and I wait patiently, man, 14 hours till I get in again. This thing is the same thing here. Might take us 10 hours for the next move. So I'm not just, you know what I mean? This is amazing. I'm giving away free sauce here every single day, like constantly. This is the deal. Everyone wonders, how do you go to a trading group? What happened? I didn't go online and start a trading group. I went online for years and gave it away for free. And then people said, hey, Sam, I made a bunch of money. I did this, I did that. And a bunch of people said that they did all these different things. And so that's when I decided, okay, oh yeah, I can't do this because then I'm looking the wrong way. And I had it set up the right way. So hold up. Hold up 1 second. I got to go back to transform. Flip horizontal. Yeah, there we go. Because then when I'm looking at the chart, I'm looking up at the chart. I knew I had this all set up for a reason. Shout out to Rave Song Records in the house. Yeah. It's scary how accurate measured moves on the flag is. It's crazy, man. They happen all the time. Yeah. Sam, this is called time correction. Price goes sideways to catch up with time. Amen, man. If you're offended, then sending... Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Hey, watch it. I'm working over here. Hey. So we're looking for this bounce. I'm going to stay inside the week's trade because there's no reason to leave it. It's a bigger idea and it's less risky, right? So I didn't risk as much. Stop loss tighter. See, we get this bigger move back to the upside, but it looks like we're going to plow. So I gave you a bunch of ideas here. We went over a daily idea. We went over a 3-day. We went over a 4-hour, right? There's like 7 trades in this live stream. Right? I even showed you how to wait for a 1-hour scalp later on today. And hey, there's even a chance, hey, if we get above if this gets above this might even do some damage. This would have bounced here, but they stop hunted. You can see. Normally this would have bounced off the 200. There would have been enough people getting in, but they just went and raided this. And now look, this could get above the 200 with the 21. Just like we're going to wait on the 1 hour, this happens now sooner though. And this could be a scalp baloney. I don't want to trade too hard on a weekend, especially when I'm in pain and I'm getting it, So, and let's take a look if there's any coins out there that did damage. With these guys trading TRIA. Let's take a look at TRIA. Guys were trading TRIA the last couple days. Yeah, wow, and that thing's actually moving too. Is she okay?
Yeah.
Why is she crying? Is she okay? You okay, boo boo? What?
You gotta drink this.
Why? What is that?
It's bone broth and collagen.
Really?
Hot.
Is it good?
Doesn't matter?
God. Smells good.
Yeah.
Bone broth and collagen, baby.
Yeah. Gotta work you back to health because I don't want to take
This is what Aaron Rodgers was taking to bounce back, baby. I'm gonna bounce back, baby.
Yeah, you better drink it all.
That's too hot. But why are you handing that to me over here? You gotta complain no matter what your wife does. Hey, come back over here. Why you give me a hot drink? It's too hot to drink. You gotta put an ice cube in it. It's burning my throat over here. What are you doing, huh? Wow, look at this. I missed out on this thing. It was beautiful. And I talked about it too, shoulder, head, shoulder. I just didn't think it was time to get into nonsense. But wow, there was a cup and handle there and everything. Ooh, that thing was hot to trot. That's when my lifers were all over it. Making flags, getting above the 200. Then it did the dolphin dip. Went after the stop hunt. So look, it made a beautiful flag. It's like they know the lifers, right? We make the flag. That's why you put the stop below the 200. They even tried to wick the 200 though. This thing looks like it might get busy. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm seeing this. This was the flag it was in. It left the flag for a second. It broke out. There's a chance this thing actually gets busy today. It's weird, right? So now look for the 15-minute, for the 5 to give me something. I mean, there's a flag right there. You see it? Hold on. I think it's got smaller time frame action on it. Can't box it in right now. Previous support is resistance right there. It's about to breaking out of a flag as we speak right there. That's the 21 of the 200. This thing might pump right now. It's funny I say that, I'll make it pump, right? But this thing looks like it's getting crispy, man. And you got a bit of an ascending triangle there that could move up further too. Hey, this looks interesting. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, no, the inverse head and shoulder already broke to the upside. We're late on that for sure. And this one here too. But this, I have to be honest, it looks like if anything could keep pumping, this thing looks like it's got something to it. What the heck is this thing? What is Trias? I think it was around before. 1.6 million. Oh, that's got a tiny market cap. That's shady. It's almost a little too small for me. Yeah, I don't know if I could be touching that. Nice wick up for Bitcoin off the edge there. Back to the upside. I like seeing that 69.2. Look at that pump off the 200 moving average. I'm telling you about the 200, man. It's insane how... And look at this giant double bottom here. So look at this double bottom of the 1 minute. That's a double bottom, folks. And a couple of these played out recently too. Just the other day, right? Look, there was 2 of them. I got this memory of him. There was one right there. Yeah, one right there. Remember? Boop, boop. And there was one like right here. Doop, doop. And now it seems to be doing the same thing on another scale here. Bitcoin. $69,700 bill, yo. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, yeah, you're right. TRIA. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Let's get to TRIA. I appreciate that. You just like changed the show by paying attention too. God bless you. 44 million. That's more like it. 20 cents. There we go. Thank you. And it's on all the it's everywhere. KuCoin, Mexi, you name it. Like, it's the routing and execution layer for modern finance with fast-growing neobank as its first reference product. It makes fragmented world of networks, venues, and legacy endpoints work like one system for moving value. The intelligence layer for value movement. Instead of focusing users on development to manage bridges and networks and venues, the settlement path manually, TRIA takes the single intent like send, convert, spend, or earn. The consumer neobank is how TRIA proves the layer in production. The product experience users see as a great neobank. Neobank, huh? Okay. Aztec is another one. Zama, that's why we keep seeing Zama out there too. All right. Espresso's out there too. Audiera, Moonbirds. Interesting. TRIA. So it's connected. It's got that idea. Wow. So if any coins is hot, so we're looking for this to kind of bounce back up, get tight. So I got a bunch of ideas for you today. There's a possible scalp on the 1 minute forming. If you're a lifer and you're into that and you know the system well and you can handle your risk management and you know what you're doing. If you're a beginner, I would be clear of that. I'd be careful. I want to taste this stuff in front of you, but it's real hot. Tastes great. That's going to be fun to drink, man. I'll be drinking that all day. Bone broth all day long, bro. Collagen. My family, man, we're going to research all the best things to get me healed up so fast. So look at this, man. Am I coming right back to the highs of where it was earlier today, too? Watch the volatility on the weekend, man. It'll crush you if you don't know what you're doing. Back and forth price action. You just got to stay low key. Okay? Wow, that bone broth is amazing. It really is. And altcoins will start to kind of, respond to this. Another thing we want to keep looking at, remember, is that CME watch tool. We want to keep looking at that. Remember, we were at 75 or something. If that slips to 68 right now, let's see where if that's in the 60s, you're going to start seeing more movement in gold. Oh, wow, it bounced back to 90. Dang. So did the opposite. Wow, so I like what we're seeing here. A little bit of a bounce. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, see, now you're getting like it's kind of a double bottoming here, back to the top of the range. And what I like is they made a head and shoulders, so they got a bunch of people to short. There's going to be good liquidity up there. Nice short squeeze pretty fast back to the upside. I can feel my toes, Billy. My toes are back, man. I can feel my toes. I got an instant pot recently, and I've been making some killer broths. That's awesome, man. Need some bone marrow with it, okay? Bone marrow with cocoa. Wow. Bone broth with cacao. Wow, yeah. Yeah, why are people drinking anything else but bone broth? This is amazing. Tastes like chicken bouillon, man. It's so good. Tastes like ramen noodles, really. That's, when you have your chicken ramen noodle, that's what it tastes like. Beef broth. My wife, that's what it was. I didn't give you bone broth. I just made some ramen noodles and just, gave you this. Wow, that's good, man. Yeah. Oof. My foot, man, it hurts. It hurts. Yeah. I drink that on my 7-day fast. Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to do. You think Pol USD would be ripping because of I was so confused why Polygon wasn't going I think Polygon would be ripped. Wow, it is. Wow, Polygon. It crossed the 15-minute 200 moving average there at 9. And because, Poly market is doing damage right now. I still hold all my Polygon, which is a lot. I think it's so crazy. I never didn't believe in the team. See, what they do is they do things first. See, Bitcoin's in this right now. See, this is an Adam and Eve double bottom. This is what I'm teaching you earlier today. See? And see how it bounces up to the 4-hour 200 moving average? We're looking for Bitcoin to do this exact same move. See, we're looking for Bitcoin to do this exact same move. See, this is how I got clues by pattern recognition. I would see a pattern somewhere and see it somewhere else and then be able to cross-reference it and see, okay, that's how that's going to go from here to there. I also ordered a new chair. I ordered a $1,000 chair like at 5 in the morning today because my back, I was like, man, I got to pay for comfort. You know what I mean? SEI is cooked. I bought. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these coins that have good utility, nothing changed with the team, still produce, still meet, still have meetings, still do what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And they're still out there. So, right? Inverted head and shoulder on the 1 hour. So look at that. I mean, that looks insane. And now look at, again, there it was. It did the Bitcoin last night. 21 touched above the 200 and we got the rip. Did we see it everywhere? Solana, Polygon. You know what it is I tore my, yeah, there it is. See, this was the same, this happened in everything. And again, that's my signal. The 21 touching the 200, the flag above the 200, boom. We do this on the 1 minute. See how my 1 minute scalps will teach you how to take basically an 8-hour swing trade on an altcoin. And look, you can see the Adam and Eve here. There's the Adam and Eve. It hasn't even cracked the neckline yet. You're going to start seeing the stuff that I show you and you're going to start being like, aha. So look, this is 90% accurate whenever I've seen these. There's a big gap. It takes you back to $100. It's a perfect time to buy some Solana, man. It is what it is, but you guys do whatever you want. I got my holdings ready. I'm set. I got my money where my mouth is. I'm putting things where I believe they should be going. I'm excited for the future. I got a plan. And I got a long-term plan. My 10-year plan is in motion right now. And again, it took me years to have a 10-year plan. We're not just teaching you how to scalp leverage right now. We want to teach you how to have a 10-year plan. We're going to teach you to kind of map out your future and how you want to go with your life. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as such. But a 10-year plan for your life. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Manifest your vision. Manifest your future. Wow, that's good. It didn't look like it was going to taste that good. It is good, man. Yeah. So now look, if you want in, it's the same thing. We're going to wait for this to catch up, just like Bitcoin. And then it looks like tonight we might get a continuation pump here. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. This is great. See how this is starting to really consolidate? You want to see it kind of do its thing. So what I would do there is that would be on a Tuesday or Wednesday, that would be an entry right there. On a Saturday, But technically you go 2 stops below the 200 moving average. You throw a long in here. I look at it. I go to 70,316. John 316. Stop loss at 69,529. I mean, that's a beautiful little scalp right there. You see? That's where you go like 200 for 600. That's weird. That's all. But that's like that would be, I would take like a 100 for 400 there, 200 for 600, 300 for 900. Like on a regular day. See, that's the same thing I'm doing there on the 1 hour. You get it? Same strategy. So like I don't change my strategy no matter what time frame, no matter what asset, no matter what I'm doing. It's all the same. I just stick to the probability over and over again. It can get boring, but boring means you're disciplined. You're in the same set. Does that mean I long this immediately? No, not at all. You know, then we look for the shoulder, head, right shoulder. And we know it could dump. That's why it's the weekend, man. It's you gotta take it one day, one step at a time. Wow. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So yeah, I wouldn't be going crazy on alts. When it's time to get into alts, we'll be there. You know, my trading group goes through times where we chill for a second. We observe the market. Sometimes I only trade Bitcoin for a couple weeks. We go back to then sliding in some altcoins. Then I go back to heavy altcoins and not as much Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I never really trade altcoins lev though, but I'll give you setups for altcoins all day long, and I'll be swinging them. And I like to swing them with big money on you know. And yeah, I like this 13%. Just slow money today. Just watching this, you know, slowly. Wow, that was amazing. And I usually never drink or eat on the show. That was just, I can't believe that. Bone broth, bro. So look, the bounce off the 200 moving average is usually, that's right where you get a bounce. Right there is where an entry, it can be like a stone cold entry because you're using the 200, and the 200 was where a lot of bots get in. There's a lot of hedging going on there. There's a lot of people that set up buys in that zone. So you got bots, automated bots, you got people, algorithmic bots. A lot of stuff's going on right here on the 200. And that's why it's so advantageous to know how to trade the 200, because it's like to know when the hottest fishing spot is. You should know where the best entries cook. The best entries are near the 200, man. They cook, baby. That's why you see it cook so much of the show. Now, it could turn red and dump in 2 seconds. I'm not saying it's going to do that. It's the weekend. It's, you know, I'm just telling you, this is what you'll generally, and you'll start to see this stuff if you just do what I do every day. You'll start to see it. If you trade every day and you use the moving averages, you'll start to see this. Heck, I'll take it. I'll take $100, you know what I mean, scalp, just for fun. See what happens. Make a live trade on the show. Look at that. That's the fastest $8 you'll ever make in your life over here. Gotta watch the first section to get started on the video. Yeah, exactly. Wife for no Sammy, man. Wow, she made that so good. You're young, think young, you'll be young. Amen. Crypto Billy's young, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at that. The fastest $20 you ever make in your life. Look at the spike off the 200, just like I was talking about. See, just as I turned my head, and there it goes. But look at the weekend treachery. Right back down again. The smart move is not to get in when I did. Is to wait for this to get tight. Just 5 more minutes can give you that much less risk. Okay? That much less risk. And today was Cars and Coffee, where everyone takes the Lambos and all their cars out to the big event. And I wasn't there. Valentine's Day, Cars and Coffee. My buddy even offered, but I can't even sit in a car for more than 10 minutes. Man, my foot hurts so bad. My knee hurts. It's just like... Anyway, I'm going to jump off for the day. I'll be here tonight. Where will Bitcoin be tonight? At 8 p.m. Let's have some fun. And let's do my green box game. Right? The green box game, where we find out where Bitcoin's going to be. This looks hot. This looks like it might actually continue to pump there. I'm not shilling. I don't own any. It doesn't matter to me. But that thing looks like it could do some damage, right? So we pumped up. We had the support of resistance. I'm looking for the 1 hour to kind of create a flag here. Doesn't look good. It looks like it lost some of the sauce pretty fast. Almost looks like a diamond, the opposite diamond, right? So where I'd like it to be, where I want it to be, right? Maybe a little bit of both. Right? So Saturday at 2000 hours, right there. That's going to be tonight when I come back on the show at 8 p.m., right? If I may. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it. I think we just go sideways and we end up right there. We end up right there in the green box. So that's my prediction for the day. I'll be back tonight to see if that actually holds up at 69669. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. You guys really cheer me up. I didn't even get a chance to see how many people here on the stream, but I'm pretty sure we had a good group. God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Thank you for the lifers for kicking it with me like you always do. Shout out to everyone that was here yesterday for an amazing stream. The whole week has been awesome. I can't believe I didn't miss the stream. I thought it was impossible. I thought I was definitely going to miss the stream. So somehow God protected the stream yet again. He said, you know what? I'm going to let Sammy come even right after his stream. Wow, 800 people here on a Saturday morning. I'm actually impressed. That's one of our biggest Saturday morning streams ever in a long time. So that's huge. Way more people here than I thought, Norm. I thought it was one of our little quiet streams. And honestly, Bitcoin doesn't look too good right now. On the 15-minute, it looks like it could be rolling over, folks. Looks like it might be making a descender. So just, you know, I took profits and I got a small long cooking. Looks like this thing ain't going to play out. I don't know. I'm not in... I just cut that off 47 beans. Hey, we might get the bounce off the 200. We'll see. I'll report back in the group to see what happens to the scalp, but be careful. All right. Everybody cool? Everyone understand what's happening today? Did I leave any rock unturned? Are we all set? Ready to go? All right. Hey, man, shout out to you, Sammy. Shout out to the Crypto Taco. Shout out to everybody here. Jamal, Antonio, we love you, man. I'll text you in a second. I just had to talk to my wife, Jamal, before I do anything, and then I never got a chance to talk to her. I never let anyone over my house. Here's a big rule, everybody. Never invite anyone over your house unless you ask your wife if it's okay first. And again, you go, oh, you live and die by your wife. No, but it's security, man. Women have you know what I mean? They want to have the day plan. And my wife plans things for me, and she's doing things. She might have something planned for me, and so I just got to check with her. I'll go over it, and then she'll make the okay, and I'll figure it out. I didn't check with her. Otherwise, I would have said yes already. That's the only reason I didn't say anything. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. See if you can get this bounce. It's still toying with the 200 moving average here. We just might get it. Everyone, thank you so much. If you want to trade where I trade, I've got links to the exchanges I use, Weeks, BTCC, and MEXC. MEXC's lowest fees. BTC is where you can trade silver, gold, Tesla, Apple stock, all that, NASDAQ, Tech 100. And then Weeks is just like really good customer service, been around a long time. They have all awesome altcoins, and they're easier accessible if you're in the US. So that's just, you know what I mean? I have all three for everything that kind of fits every parameter that most people are at right now and they're all the best. I think their customer service is great, and I know the people, so you get treated properly. And no one will play games with you if you're underneath my link, because no one plays games with me because I'm the crypto lifer. I love you all. I appreciate it. We're back in the green. Let's see what happens here. We just might win this puppy. Make an extra 400 today. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. And look at me. Maybe that's why he said stinky feet. He was like, stinky feet, Molly. Like, what the heck, man? These people are insane. Shazmutu, we love you, man. I hope you're all right. I hope you didn't have a mental breakdown. You're still all right. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you all tonight. Maybe I'll shave. Maybe not, though. What do you think? Keep it scruffy? I look like Russell Crowe, right? Like, hey. Big Irish guy in the bar. Hey, I'm 6'6", 280 pounds. Hey. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tonight. Have a blessed day. Stay fresh. Stay amazing. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. I started somewhere, and look where I'm at now. Just keep going. And don't let anybody tell you nothing. Just do you, baby. As long as you're not hurting nobody, you're spreading positivity, you're full of love, you got God on your side, you're a family man, and you stick by your wife and your kids, or your brothers and your sisters if you don't have that, whatever it is, as long as you have something to stand on, you believe in yourself, you got God, you got nothing to worry about, everybody. Fear is for the non-believers, man. You know, if you're in fear, go to church. That's what Conor McGregor said today, right? Fear is for the non-believers, man. Ye of little faith. Ask God for some help. You struggling right now, get on your hands and knees and ask God for help. Humble yourself. My dad used to say, humble yourself. Get on your knees and say, hey, dear Lord, I need some help. It's okay to ask for help, okay? Amen. I love you all. Thank you so much. And if you're afraid of something, that's what you got to take care of today. Whatever you're afraid of, that's telling you what you got to do. I'm afraid of falling back in this and not being, well, that's what you got to do then. I'm afraid of not having that. Well, that's what you got to do. I'm afraid I don't know enough about TA. I haven't done enough studying. So that means you need to study your TA. Whatever's giving you fear right now is what you have to go full force into. That's the number one thing I want you to take away with the stream today. Go get them, guys. I love you. Keep it moving. Never stop. And there's no reason to stop. I love you. I'll see you guys tonight. God bless each and every one of you. And we're rocking. Bitcoin got the pump. Hold on. It got the pump, baby. Off the 200, just like I said it would. Just like I said it would, baby. Thank you so much for the super chats. Let me see. Actually, I think I might miss a super chat. Let me jump on into the super chats real quick. I forgot. Hold on. Fan funding. Oh, wow. We got a few here. Love the show, Sebby. Thank you. Nice car for the wifer. Thank you. Yeah, Shizmupta used to give like super chats every day. Remember? I feel so bad, man, when people get twisted. I don't know what happens. Maybe someone hacked him. Who knows? God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow or tonight at 8 p.m. Thank you. I'm going to be there. What are the odds I'm going to be there today at 8 p.m.? What's the percentage chance that you're going to see me at 8 p.m. tonight? 90, 100%, right? A 100% chance, baby. I'm just looking. It's 100%. Yeah. Let's keep it 100 together. I'll see you tonight. God bless. Stay safe. The secret to success is getting started, baby. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great.